some new songs. But these, you know, that song, that's only for a set group of people, man. Because you've got all these people out here, they're trying to get with it, man. It's like, you go back to what Numbers, I believe Numbers 24, Balaam, man. He was all upset, man. He was hella hurt that he couldn't get. He said, I wish that my end could be the end of the righteous, man. Because he was all messed up. Man saw basically Jacob getting all that glory. Then he was just like, no! He realized, he said, look, man, I'm going to smite the corners of Moab, man. So he knew he was going to get fucked up. So he was all hurt. Okay, go on.
Ezekiel 33, I'll start from 31. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after covetousness. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice, and that can play well on an instrument.
Yeah, playing well, man. And that's basically what's being brought out, man. The thing is none of what we're teaching. Yeah, them motherfuckers don't even want to fly, man. They're just crawling around. Like, you lazy bastard, man. Do something. It's too hot. But what was it? Read it again.
Right. 32. And lo, they are unto them a very lovely song.
A very lovely song, man. Basically, what's being preached unto them, it's not grievous, man. The thing is you might say, no, but I can't eat no more shrimps, though. Bruv, you stop eating them ham and them shrimps and watch like the positive effects it's gonna have on your body, man.
It's wicked.
When you switch to a righteous diet, then it's gonna have an impact on you, man. It's like when you start to conduct yourself in a righteous manner. It's like you got a lot of these guys are perpetual fucking liars, man. For a lot of these Negroes, they need to live in a fantasy world where they're just some super god on the earth. But that's just not what it is. If you just keep it real and you're just like, okay, whatever, you know, I'm just
that you ain't shit.
Innit? You're just on the low level. Bro, everything hey, operating around here is gonna get easier. If you accept that the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of and he's your enemy, a lot of things become a lot. It makes you're like, oh, that's now I know why Jeff doesn't like me at work. He just looked at me and was like, that's you can tell why. But, you know, these Negroes basically they make it grievous unto themselves because they're a bunch of devils, man. You know, Jake would rather have one grimy whore, a dirty fuck that's gonna cheat out on him, ain't gonna cook a single meal. If she does cook a meal, it's gonna be beans on toast, and the toast's gonna be burnt, and the beans are gonna be undercooked. Ravioli, man. Frozen ravioli, it's still gonna be frozen. It's gonna defrost in the stomach. God, man.
Can play well on the instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them.
Yeah, so you're gonna know what it is, man.
You was warned.
Because that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. Because the thing is for the men of the Lord, it's coming like, you can see that thing coming like a train in a dark tunnel, man. When you see anyone in a dark tunnel, you see that churning towards you, you know that train's coming. We can see it. So we're stepping up onto the platform. These guys are just walking blindly into the you know, the death and destruction. That's why it says what the day.
No pictures, please. No
That's why it says the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night.
Journalist or something.
Yeah, he's a homosexual, man. He's going to go home and whack a nasty one. Criminal. I was trying to, I didn't want to think about it. Okay, go back to, finish off Matthew, and then we can go back to 2nd Ezra. Bring your priest in.
And saying, we have piped unto ye, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he have a devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children.
So that's why you know that GMS are the ones basically that are in the same spirit as Yahweh Shai. Because no matter what GMS does, they're just the devil. Whatever you bring out of the scriptures, no matter what truth, you know, how many people wake up to the truth even the edification you're bringing out, these guys are learning from you, but you're still just a devil.
No, we're the devil.
So that just shows the same spirit, because that's how it was with John the Baptist. Man was undeniably a
Man of the Lord.
They knew he was a man of the Lord. That's why they couldn't just they had to come against him, like they had to scheme against him deviously, like grimy little serpents. Because hey, if they just grabbed him up, the people would have fucking ripped them limb from limb, man.
They did the same thing to the Lord. They had to build up false accusations before they could grab up the Lord, man. Because they didn't have no means to really arrest him and accuse him of, what they did. Because he wasn't doing nothing. All he was doing was preaching the word, man. That's what the Lord was doing.
Pilate was just like, you know
wicked
what?
niggas amongst our people, man. That's the problem.
Pilate was just trying to get some brownie points.
Well, Pilate knew, he was scared, he was shook. Yeah. He knew the Lord was a special man of the Lord. He was a special man. Because Pilate didn't even want to judge him, man. He's like, why you want me to judge this man? He ain't even done nothing wrong. And yet, secondly, he ain't even speaking.
And saying on that, and even on that exact same day when he was about to get crucified, his own wife said, "Look, man, but I had a dream about this man. He's a man of the Lord. Don't even fuck with him." So that's why Pilate went to wash his hands.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
To try, like,
I'll wash my hands of this man.
But he's still gonna be fucked up, man.
Yeah, he's going into slavery. Definitely.
Heavenly Father, his son himself going to have Pilate in slavery, man.
Yeah,
Have a precept. This is Jeremiah 5. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if you can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I'll pardon it. And though they say, the Lord liveth, surely they swear falsely. O Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction. They have made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return. Therefore I said, surely these are poor and foolish, for they know not the way of the Lord, nor the judgment of their power. I will get me unto the great men and speak unto them, for they have known the way of the Lord, man.
This is an example of today. Starting from the apostles and elders on down, those same renowned men are back today, man. Though the people don't know it, we're just made as a spectacle right now. But give it a little time, in the time of Jacob's trouble and all that, those men are going to be exalted, man. And then it's going to be a straight distinction of who's serving the Lord and who's been fucking around all this time, man. Like it tells you in the book of Micah 3:16, the Lord said he's going to make up his jewels in the last day, man. And that's talking about the true men that serving Yahweh Shai to the fullest, man.
Alright, so finish off. It's cool. Yeah.
Back in 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, verse 42. And I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest.
Yeah, taller than all the rest, man. That's Yahweh Shai. And even because Yahweh Shai is the greatest of us all, man. He's the only one to come in the flesh and conquer death. And he was the firstborn, man. He was the first begotten, the only one created by Yahweh Shai, by Yahweh. So he's basically on a higher level, man. In the order, it says what the head of man is Yahweh Shai. So he's the head of all of us, a big brother to all of us, man.
And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Yeah, upon each of the elect, he's gonna set that crown, man. And hey, that crown's it's gonna be a glorious reward, man. But that's basically gonna be a reward for persevering, enduring through all the things to come, man. Enduring through all this past and all the things to come. Because that's only a select chosen unit can make it through. Thing is like, imagine, the elites, even they know it's gonna get messy. The elites they're not just gonna be, okay, they're just gonna be chilling in a fucking high-rise apartment somewhere and just cruise through the coming times. The elites know basically it's gonna be a tumultuous, tempestuous, dangerous, deadly, destructive time. And it's gonna be peak. A lot of people are gonna get caught out there, man. It's gonna be known in that day. Hey, the thing is even the elect ain't gonna get off scot-free. There's gonna be members of the elect that are gonna get their heads locked off. You might have to go through different forms of torture. You might have your family get grabbed up. You know, you might get gruesomely injured. Hey, man, you might have to go with no food for an extended period of time. That's just a few of the things that can potentially happen. And the thing is you've got examples of that all around the globe. You know, get Daniel 12. Read that. You got precepts?
Yeah. I have a precept. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 and 5. But watch thou in all things, endure affliction, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry, for I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought the good fight, I have finished my course, I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord Yahweh Shai, the righteous judge, shall give to me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them that also love his appearing.
That's it, man. All that we're doing now is we're laboring basically for. The thing is what we're doing is we're working based on faith, man. And faith is the substance of things hoped for, but not the evidence of things not seen. So we're basically formulating in a spiritual realm a crown that's going to be gifted to you, man, through all these works and labors that we're doing. That's something that's like above and beyond. What's up, guys? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm alright. Where you guys from?
Germany.
Germany. Alright. Your first time in London?
No. Been here a few times before. What are you guys up to? What are you guys doing exactly?
We're teaching the Bible, man. We're teaching the Bible.
Just plain and simple the Bible or anything special?
Yeah, plain, simple, but you know, the same Bible everywhere, man. Same Bible they used when Harry and Meghan got married.
Right.
Yeah? Are you Christian by any chance?
I'm an atheist.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Don't lie,
So-
don't lie.
Huh?
Don't lie, saying cool.
No, I mean, bro, you're completely welcome to believe what you want. I'm not, I'm not going to force you to do anything, force anything. I'm just going to say, well, hey, well, the Bible's true, man. What can I say, man?
Isn't there a lot of contradictions though in the Bible?
I don't know. Have you got any? Can you show me?
Well, I'm not sure about the women's rights, the slavery, the homophobia, and all that. That kind of.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, you support all that?
Yeah.
The homophobia, you support that?
No, it's not even homophobia.
What's that?
It's not even homophobia, because homophobia technically means fear of homosexual.
Well,
But
we know what we're
it's
talking
basically
about.
like if you're homosexual.
Being gay is a sin. That's kind of the
Yeah,
phrase.
basically, if you have anal sex with a geezer, you should get put to death. Yeah, that's
Really?
yeah, that's it, man.
Huh.
I mean, you can read it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly why I'm discrediting the Bible in a way.
Okay. Well, the thing is,
I mean,
bro, I mean,
that's
what?
not, is that a message we love, though? To be honest.
Yes, it is. Because the thing is what comes out of okay. First of all, when a man or woman is obviously the natural state.
Defined by what exactly?
Bro, that is just the way things were made to be.
I don't know. There's.
If every man had sex with another man, every woman had sex with another woman, what would happen to humanity?
Well, you're talking about the evolutionary side of it, right?
I mean, you know I don't believe in evolution. I'm holding the Bible.
No.
So I'm saying, let's just say right now, every man was to only have sex with men, every woman was to only have sex with women.
Right.
When
That'd be the end of the world, right?
when the the last surviving person, whoever,
Right.
aged out, what would happen?
Well, obviously the human race wouldn't be
No,
able to. Right,
So the
makes
natural
sense.
state is men with
But
women.
that's kind of the point that I want to tap into. The natural state is basically saying there's no inner, let's say, cause of being homosexual for someone. All right, that's basically saying it's unnatural.
Get Romans, you got Romans 1. Okay. Well, this is, go on, read it.
Romans.
This is what homosexuality comes.
All right.
Romans chapter 1 verse 25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie? And who worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever? Amen. For this cause, the Most High gave them up to vile affections.
So basically, what's happening with homosexuality is who called God gave up whoever it is that has those feelings or leanings to a vile affection. Go on.
So,
For even their women did change.
quick question, real quick. So you say that the feeling of, or the emotion is actually natural, right? The feeling of having that initial feeling.
To put into layman's terms,
I mean, not your judgment. I'm just asking. Is
I'm
there
saying
a natural thing that comes up in a human being without?
well,
some
you're
outer-
saying that homosexual inclinations. But
Right,
you're asking me
inclination, that's the word I was looking for.
if it's a natural thing. No, it's completely unnatural.
But it's not forced onto people, right?
There's
I mean,
a criminal outside influence. If
Okay,
you know,
go
it
ahead,
goes
go
into
ahead,
it,
go ahead.
goes
When
into
it says, for even their women did change the natural use.
the natural use, which obviously the women natural use. Like, okay, everything about the female body is structured to harbour a life inside of it.
Well, that's right.
perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't even question that.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're talking about humans right now, and there's so many other species that also have
Well,
homosexuality.
the thing is okay.
Right.
So when is it spiders or flies? Man? I think it's spiders.
Dolphins, there's
Well,
so many.
let me say that. Okay, well now this is it. Flies vomit on their food before they eat it. Why should I do that?
I'm sure there's some people who like that.
If you had a kid and your kid always went "Ugh," before they ate something, let you give them a bag of cookies, go "Ugh," into the bag. That's not
But you're not saying it's not
That is
natural.
going to be seen as.
But
That is going to be incredibly unnatural.
I like that example because, especially specifically using that example, you're not saying it's unnatural, right?
No,
you're not saying there's a devilly force forcing them to do that.
I'm saying no. The point you made is animals do it. I'm saying basically that animals do all kinds of things.
All right.
You got certain animals, if their young's weak, they'll eat it.
Yeah.
Some of their young, some of them they'll just sacrifice the young for their own survival. If a lion's coming away, that's the young
Well,
one.
there's
And go on
human
and
beings
survive.
raping other people without further cause. I mean, there's bestiality in so many ways.
But anyway, well, I've proven the point basically. Then you'll agree with me that everything an animal does, we should just blindly follow after, right?
I'm not saying we should blindly follow doing that. I'm just saying there's a natural inclination to it, which you questioned before. That's what I'm
Yeah,
asking.
but animals are beasts. They have their own. They are animals, bro. Animals. There's you know what a wolf does, yeah. A wolf is going to eat way beyond the amount that it can actually stomach because it doesn't know when it's
Have
going
you
to get
looked
its
at
next meal.
obesity in human race at all? I mean, that's exactly the same.
No, but that's a survival instinct. Because sometimes
Which is going totally nuts, right? That doesn't make any sense anymore.
No, but then what I'm saying is so then if we eat as much as we can possibly consume in every meal, bruv, then you're going to get obese and you're going to get health problems from that.
Right.
We do not work the same way that animals work, right?
All right.
So let's finish. Go on.
Sure.
And it says, even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Which is against nature. Because like I said, a woman, if two women lie down and scissor each other, there's no life going to be brought forth. The thing is, it's like technically
Maybe joy. What about joy?
There's a lot of things. Yeah, okay, well, joy.
It's a nice thing.
But for a paedophile, joy is having sex. That guy.
Yeah, but who's getting
No,
harmed?
hold on.
Who's getting harmed? Who's
No,
getting
but
harmed?
listen.
No, that's a question.
No, in the pedophilia. He's saying in the pedophilia there's something.
He's harming himself and he's harming the child.
Well,
No,
he's agreeing with that, but the lesbians, who's harming the lesbians? Who's being harmed when two lesbians are having sex?
They're harming each other. They're harming each other.
Why? Why?
Because
In the godly sense.
they're basically bringing sin upon themselves, man.
Why?
And the wages of what's the wage? The wages of sin is death. So it's like what you need to understand is that there's laws and instructions in the Bible.
Right.
And when you follow those, it brings forth life.
Life.
And when you go against them, that leads to death.
That's it.
And the thing is these things.
You could
it's
say
like,
the
it's
exact
not-
same thing about evolution, which you question,
I
right?
mean, okay, well, you could say the thing is what it really comes down to is whether you have faith in the Bible. Ultimately,
Right. I agree with that. Yeah, I would.
that's
Absolutely.
The thing is like I'm not going to sit. I mean, the thing is if you go into science, there's all kinds of pseudoscience, but you can